NBA 2K20 tutorial number 7. Today, this is the Pure Sharp build you guys been asking me for, and yes, the build I have made for you that's the Pure Sharp also plays like a point forward. We will study in detail what type of moves, badges, height, and wingspan you need to make that happen, but yes, it is absolutely possible and it's glorious. So if you enjoy my tutorials and you would like to see more, make sure you click on the link above for my all 2K20 tutorials playlist where I'll have hundreds of tutorials in there this year. So the guy we end up making as the Pure Sharp, he's gonna end up with 95 3-pointer by the end. So simply, just by showing up and standing on the court, he's gonna be helping with a 95 free ball. However, the build I'm about to show you can do much more than just space the floor with his 95 free ball. He'll be able to make plays out of the pick and rolls, especially in overload situation to make shots. So make sure you do watch tutorial number 4 for the signature move I'm using here. Just go to the playlist and check that out to learn this move. But yes, this guy can make plays all over, and on top of it all, he stands at 6'6". Alright, so basically we have a world-class floor spacer that's also a semi-point forward. It's a Pure Sharp build, yes, but with the right specifications and execution, you can make him attack like a mini smash at point forward because he's 6'6" and he can dribble and he can shoot off the dribble. Build choices, build details are key. We'll go over those, but just enjoy this right here because that's beautiful from a Pure Sharp. So first things first, you're gonna make him a point guard. This build requires your guy to play the point guard position and make the most out of it. He doesn't have to be a point guard on the court, but he needs to be built as a point guard. Physical profile, make sure you get the speedy one because he's going to need the speed for the off ball and the overload movement. And in terms of the attributes, they're actually a little bit flexible, up to you, but what you do need to make sure you keep the driving layup at 64, buff up all the shooting to as high as possible so you can get 30 badges. You see, I've actually lowered the post fade to just 86 instead of maxing it out because I was going to get 30 badges anyway, so I saved a little bit of points on the post fade. The playmaking and the defense is where you can actually have a little bit of personal preference. What I did here was I maxed out playmaking so I can end up with 15 playmaking badges, and then I used the rest of my points to max everything out on defense except offensive rebounding, which ends up giving me 9 defensive badges. Now, if you take away the playmaking, or if you take away the driving layup, which I don't suggest, you could, but if you just simply take away the playmaking and buff out the rest of offensive rebound, you can actually get 11 defensive badges, but you get less playmaking. I'll explain why I like more playmaking badges later, but it's up to you. You can have either 12 or 11 playmaking badges with 11 defensive badges, or you can have what I see here, 15 playmaking badges with 9 defensive badges. Up to you, but make sure you keep the shooting the way it is. Just get it to 30 shooting badges, but you don't have to max out post fade, alright? So that's kind of important. And for the weight, lower him to about 180 so you get the lateral quickness into the 70s, and you're going to lose interior defense where you don't really care much about. And also lowering the weight gives you more acceleration, so that's going to help with some of the pick and rolls and the off-ball movement we will do. The wingspan, I take it to 78, so he ends up having a 95 free ball. You're going to lose out on a little bit on steals and blocks, but you will gain some back in ball handling and post move. You have to make sure the ball handling is above 70, because if you don't get it above 70, you're not going to be able to access those. Let's just call those sharp dribble moves. You need 70. Lower than 70 ball handling, you can't become this semi-point forward Pure Sharp that we're all trying to make. So get it to 78 wingspan. And for your takeover, make sure you have it on the shot creator, not the sharp, surprisingly. This is because we are a Pure Sharp that also has semi-point forward abilities. We're going to be creating actually quite a few shots off the dribble. And if we hit those, it's going to build your shot creator takeover very, very quickly. So make sure you get the shot creator takeover for that purpose. By the end, you can see these are the final attributes if you max everything out. Like I said, he is a Pure Sharp with a 95 free ball and 95 mid-range. He'll be helping just standing there. But because of the playmaking, the fact that he's a point guard and the way we have built him defensively, he's actually a decent playmaker. He's a good playmaker, if anything. He can also hit some post fades. But he's a decent defender. He's not great, but he's not a liability on defense at all. And he's got very good rebounding at 75. And our man stands 6'6". Obviously, the playmaking is a little bit low, but you're Pure Sharp, right? So you can live with it. You can live with it. Now the badges, like I said, you can do them as you see fit, but that's how I like to do them. So I'm going to show you what I did if you want to do it like my way. For the Hall of Fame badges, especially for the shooting, make sure you get range extender, volume shooter, corner specialist, dead eye, difficult shots, catch and shoot, and quick draw. You can get them into Hall of Fame or not Hall of Fame, however you see fit. I just did flexible release it because I couldn't use a custom shot. I would suggest don't use flexible release when the real game comes out and you find your custom shot, and then just buff up catch and shoot, and then probably add another 2 silver badges to Tireless Shooter. But for this to work though, you do need Hall of Fame level badges in both corner specialist and difficult shots. Those are guaranteed, so you have to have Hall of Fame level on those two. The rest, up to you, but I suggest volume shooter too. Playmaking badges, so I have it up to 15 for a very simple reason. You're gonna need gold for quick first step, gold for tight handles, gold for handles for days. The rest is up to you. Space Creator, I'm still trying to trigger that. I think it does trigger, but it's a hit and miss. But the gold, I took it to Floor General. I'm only showing you guys this because if you do gold Floor General here, it's gonna save your point guard free badge points, because your point guard is gonna be handling the rock a lot. You don't want him to waste free badges on Floor General. So, but you're just a playmaker. You're essentially a pure shot, a semi-point forward, but a pure shot for your true role. So just get some points in the Floor General, help your point guard out that way. They will love it. Save them some points. And defensively, you're gonna have 9 or 11, but I made a guy with 9, so I got free in gold for clamps, free in gold for intimidator, and free gold for tireless defender just to save myself stamina, so I end up shooting a lot better. The tireless defender is up to you. I just like doing that. You can change it to a interceptor, or you can change it to lightning reflexes, whatever you want, but I suggest clamps and intimidator. Clamps for sure. You want the clamps. So in the gameplay version, make sure you go to tutorial number 4 to learn the move. I'm not going to explain it here, but you see what makes this guy work is, like I said, 95 free ball, running around standing, he's helping. But the fact that he can actually make these kind of shots and he can create wide open corner shots for himself, this means if you learn to execute this move in the overload setting, you will be actually shooting an off the dribble shot that you have Hall of Fame difficult shots, Hall of Fame corner specialist, you have Space Creator, you have range extender, and you have volume shooter. And by doing that, if you can just pull off this move once in a while, it's gonna save your point guard's life, because you are a pure shot that can run a very specific pick and roll, and that is the overload pick and roll going to the corner. The defense has to play this because you will make this shot all day long. If you play the AI, they're done. Like, this pure shot will destroy my career. He will be averaging like 50 per game easily just doing this. But even in Pro-Am and in Park, the fact that you can run this overload pick and roll heading to the corner and make a shot at this rate, and you can green these, it's gonna balance the floor very well, and it's gonna stress out the defense severely. This will freak the defense out. If anything, this pure sharp build, the way I have done it, he actually hits this and runs this overload pick and roll better than a point guard can. You'd be like, oh Sam, that's crazy. Like, my point guard has like 95 playmaking and Hall of Fame dimer and all the other. But your point guard likely is not gonna have Hall of Fame corner specialist. No one's gonna make a dribble guard with corner specialist on Hall of Fame, right? That's just like, it's a waste of badges. But for a pure sharp, you need the corner specialist anyways. But the fact that I've taught you to make this guy 6'6" and the dribble move I'm doing here from tutorial 4, you are like just robbing that corner specialist badge. Like, you're making the most out of it. You can stand in the corner and help, and you can dribble into the corner and take the shot with a hop shot out of overload to help, right? So that's maximizing your badges to full effect to help out your team as best as you can. And I'm not kidding you, he can actually also go middle in this, like as you saw there. Like, if you have to go middle, right? Like, if they're gonna double you in the overload, just go middle. You can still hit that shot. But going to the corner gives you Hall of Fame corner specialist. So this pure sharp can hit overload pick and rolls, going to the corner to hit shots like a boss. And just the simple fact he can do this, on top of all the off-ball you'll be doing, and just by standing at the hash you're helping, the simple fact that he can do this at 6'6" with decent defensive rating and pretty good playmaking abilities and legendary shooting, This guy is a problem. He is versatile. He is not liable anywhere. And the thing he is terrible at, which is finishing in the rim and driving, he doesn't ever need to do. Like, you'd be like, oh, but if I go overload, what if they force me to drive? They can't force you to drive on an overload effectively enough to stop you from doing what you want to do, right? Because if your screener is running a pop and they stop your drive, they have to either switch or play sides. They can't play for the drive. Like, if they play for the drive, they're dead. So they have to play for the shot. And if they play for the shot, that step back is cheese because you don't go out of bounds doing it. It's very hard to defend. And that's not even a custom one. Like, Kyle Lowry has a nasty one, so does Klay Thompson. So I'm not even running custom step back shots. And I haven't even showed you guys the more advanced moves where you can fake a step back, spin out, and hit another step back. Or you can do a step back that comes with its own cross gather, so you make the defender go by you, and then you do the shot. Alright, so all of this makes this build very effective, very versatile from all over the floor. I suggest you make this as your Pure Sharp. There's no better one. For a Pure Sharp, even with the new pie charts coming out, I'm willing to put a stake on it and say there won't be a better one than this guy. Because of this move, obviously, and the badge synergy, but there likely won't be a better one. So, as always, thanks for coming by. As always, appreciate you guys supporting comments. Leave a comment in the comment section. Add a like if you enjoyed the video. And shout out to BucksGG for the sponsoring. And yeah, I will see all of you guys again very soon.